Hi there everyone, back with another video. In this video we will be learning the important thing that we should know as a JavaScript developer. As you can see, so far we have learned all about variables, and we have got to know the two ways of declaring a variable, and we also got to know the dynamic typed variables, and we also learned the rules of a variables and the case sensitive, and of course we should not use a keyword of the variable as a variable name. And as you can see, we have done all the lot of the things, and at the last we have studied about the constants in JavaScript. So now you might say why there are two ways to declare a variable. So let me explain you that. So what I will do, just erase this off, and I will just declare a variable called as I with var and initialize it to 90, and I will declare a variable called j with let and initialize it to some value called as 28. So the first difference you should know is where is a old guy and the let is a new guy. So what do you mean by old guy and the new guy? So where was, in all of the versions of JavaScript, it was before ES6 version of JavaScript, and the let came on ES6 version. So yes, so in ES6 onwards, we have a concept called as let. But if you go beyond ES6, before ES6, there was no concept called as let. There was only one concept called as var. With the help of var keyword, we were supposed to declare a variable before ES6. But of course, it is now included in ES6 and onwards, and so there are the two variables, the two ways of declaring a variable with var and let. So they didn't remove this var concepts altogether in ES6, but they kept it. So there are two ways to define and declare a variable. So this is the first difference you should know. So let me begin with the practical difference between the var and the let. So I will just do with something called as this. So I'll just open up the curly braces, which we call it as a block statement in JavaScript. And what I will do, instead of having this declared outside, I'll cut this off and have this inside. So now we have a variables with the two variables I and j inside a block. So now what I will do, I will console it to the log. So as you can see, console it to the log, all the variables called as I and also with j over here. So now if I go to the browser, as you can see, there is something going on over here. So we got 90. So what is 90? It's a value of I which we have done with the var, but as you can see here, j is not defined. What do you mean by j is not defined? The variable j is not defined in the entire program. The thing is, it's a local variable, it's a blocked scope. You mean that we can't access j variable outside this block, whereas but we can access I variable outside this block. So the second difference is it's a global one. So yeah, it's a global one. So but the with the help of let, it's a local one, or we call it as block scope. So we call it as a block scope. So this is the second difference. So we can't have access the variables which is declared in the let outside the scope of that thing, whether it may be a function or a block. So this is the second difference. So we can have access to I, which is defined as var, but we can't access j, which is defined inside this block, to access it outside. So and hence it is saying j is not defined. So this is the thing. So now if I, let's say, let j is equal to some kind of 88 and save this and refresh the page, and now it's giving 88, not this 28, right? So you should be very careful about that. So the j meaning here is this variable, not this variable. So this is the thing, it is supposed to be in every programming. So there is the the issue in var keyword. So no matter where you declare it, we can access out of this scope, right? So this is the thing with var. And I again, so and hence we have got a new kind of concept called as let, which is quite good, right? So this is how it's supposed to work in every programming language. So I suggest you to not use var in declaring a variables. Always use let, because it is only remained the block which is supposed to be, and this is a global variable with j, and this is a local j. So we are accessing the global j, not this blocked scope. So this is the second difference. So the third difference is, if I come to the console and have a window object, and let me say this window dot I, and we got 90. So what do you mean by window dot I? So technically it means we have a window object throughout this page. So there is a global objects. Once this page is loaded, we have a window object. So in this window object we have and another variable attached to that object, and for that variable we have I, and the value is 90, which we have given here. So if I just change it to 100, I mean 900, if I just refresh this, and okay, I'm sorry, just close this and inspect, and again refresh, go to the console, and if I just open the window dot I, we got 900, right? So this is the thing with var. The all the variables which are declared with var, it will be attached to the window object of this page. So but whereas if I just say window.j, I'm sorry, it's not window.j, it's window, yeah, it's undefined. Window.j is not defined because j is done with the help of let, right? So the variables which we have declared with let will be not be accessed to will be not be attached to the window object. So this is the difference between the let and the var. So this is the third difference which we have studied. Yes guys, this is all about the differences of j and I, which is in other words var and let. Yes guys, this is all about the thing, and see you in the next video.